Hello everyone and welcome to Director's Vision. I'm your host Ray C, and today I'll be reviewing the live-action Lion King. So before I go and actually see the film, I just wanted to talk about some initial thoughts that I'm having, and I have to say I'm very excited to see this film and I have very high expectations. So with these live-action Disney movies, they've gone either way. You've got The Jungle Book that had mixed reviews, but generally I think it was pretty well received considering it was a remake, and then you've got Aladdin, which was a complete disaster. And I think that really stemmed from not having Robin Williams, which in this film, they've got James Earl Jones back. So I think it's not entirely the same situation. However, it's kind of similar. But that's one of the things about this new remake that I'm very excited about. And that's the fact that it's very well cast. I mean, you've got Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, playing Simba. You've got Beyonce. You've got John Oliver. You got just great casting choices overall, and again, you've got James Earl Jones coming back. So yeah, I think that this film has some great potential, and I hope that the visual effects are amazing. Otherwise, then yeah, this is just a giant Disney cash grab, and I'll be very upset. Anyway, I'm gonna watch the movie. I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that was interesting. I have to say, overall, I'm a little disappointed in this film. I think that it had some great potential, but overall, it fell just a little bit short. However, for a remake, it wasn't that bad. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the artistic quality and the originality a little bit, because I know a lot of people want to hear about the differences between the original and this one. And I have to say that for most part, it was pretty similar. In the beginning, they did a shot-for-shot remake of the original intro, which I thought was really well done, and I liked that they did that. But they didn't carry on with the shot-for-shot thing, which I thought was another great decision. If they would have done a shot-for-shot the whole movie, I would have roasted the thing completely, because you've got to have a little bit of originality in there, and I have to give it points for that. There were some minor differences here and there that mostly I didn't particularly care for. I mean, they subtly changed the dialogue a little bit, and yeah, the most part it was a little bit cringeworthy. Sometimes, though, there was a little bit of humor that I found a little funny. Another thing was that they added a couple scenes. Like, they added when Nala escapes from the Pride Land, and I thought that was a neat little scene. I thought it worked very well. Another thing was that the fight scene was significantly better in this film. That's one thing that I will praise it for. But other than that, you know, it's very hard to make something original, especially with something that had such wide acclaim as the original Lion King. So, you know, I have to give it a little bit of leeway here and there. But so for artistic quality, I'm going to give it a B-. I'm going to try and be fair with this review, because I do have a little bit of a bias. I do love the original Lion King. So anyway, I'm going to move on. So next up, we've got the entertainment value. And yeah, this movie was very entertaining. If you're not nitpicky like myself and you're not too attached to the original, yeah, you're probably going to like this film. You know, I would highly recommend, you know, if you have children, go see this film. Even if you're a fan of the old one, you might like it. Like I said, it really depends on how you feel about these new live action movies. But I tried to be open about it, and for the most part, I was pretty impressed. So for entertainment value, I'm definitely going to give it an A. Now, when it comes to the writing, this is where I'm going to get a little, I'm always a little nitpicky when it comes to the writing. Now, there was a lot of little dialogue here and there that was added from the original, and I thought that it just didn't really work. Like I said, as the movie progressed, it got drastically better. In the beginning, it was really cringy in my opinion, but then you had Seth Rogen come in as Pumbaa, and, you know, he had a couple little cringy dialogue here and there, but yeah, you know what? Overall, it got progressively better over the course of the movie. Again, though, I still think it could have been significantly better. So for writing, I'm gonna have to give it a C+. Now, when it comes to performances, this is another thing. It got progressively better over the course of the film. I mean, I was really disappointed with James Earl Jones's performance. Surprisingly, you know, I think he just did such a good job the first time that this time he lacked emotion. It didn't feel right. I don't know if it's because I'm too attached to the original, but it just didn't feel, I don't know. And the same thing with the man who played Scar. I don't know if it was just because it wasn't Jeremy Irons. You know, I was really looking forward to his performance because he's the actor who was the lead in 12 Years a Slave. and I thought this is gonna be great. I can't wait. But I don't know, it felt really emotionless, and I just didn't feel there was passion in the dialogue. And I think it got better once Donald Glover and Beyonce got onto the scene. But still, there was moments where I was like, this could have been better, really. So I think that the voice acting in this could have been significantly better, and I was a little disappointed in that. So for performance, I'm also going to give it a C+. All right, now next is a really, really important thing, and that is the music, okay? The music was, in my opinion, lacking. I should be giving this an A, but I'm not, because it wasn't worth an A, okay? You know, the first two songs, when you've got I Just Can't Wait to Be King and Scar song, Be Prepared, I thought they were terrible. I thought they were very horribly done, in my opinion. And then it was just, it was really bad and underwhelming. And I will say that the Can You Feel the Love Tonight with Donald Glover and Beyonce, that was great. I really liked that. Also, just the background music was really good. But this is a musical, and I should have been blown away, and I wasn't, and I was a little disappointed in that. So for that, I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna give it a B- for music. Now, next, here's the best part about the film is that the visual effects were outstanding. Okay, I mean, the only reason I'm not giving it an A+ is because it wasn't Rise of the Planet of the Apes quality. But at the same time, there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. It looked absolutely amazing, and for visual effects, giving it an A. Now, for the cinematography, it's it's kind of tied in with the visual effects because it's all computer-generated graphics. But there were a couple of decisions with in regards to the lighting that I thought could have been done better. For one, there was when they went to the elephant graveyard, Simba and Nala, at the beginning of the movie. I felt that they could have made it a little bit more spookier. They could have had a little more of an atmosphere to the place. You know, like the original, it was dark and bleak, and I don't know. It just seemed like it did a little bit better. And same thing with when they came back to Pride Rock. I think they could have had it a little more bleaker and shadowy and dark. I don't know. I feel like they wanted to make it consistent with the weather, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of Pathetic Fallacy, and I think they could have done that a little bit better. So for that, I'm going to give cinematography a B-. Just for that little thing. Now, for editing, there wasn't really much editing going on. You know, there wasn't anything particularly outstanding about the editing. It was just kind of simple, basic editing. So, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it suits the film. It's well done. So I'm going to give it a B just because it's perfect the way it is, but didn't do anything daring. So overall, did I like this film? Well, in the beginning, not at all, but as it progressed, I warmed up to it a little bit. Like I said, I think the original blows it away in every possible way. I don't know if that's just because I'm biased, but I think that if you're gonna watch one or the other, definitely go with the original. But is it a good remake? Yeah, it was. I think for a remake, it was pretty well done. There were some things that they could have done better, but we can't all be perfect. So overall, I'm gonna have to give this a C+, just because I think that in regards to performance and writing, it could have been significantly better. Also, the music could have been better. Like I said, the Donald Glover and Beyonce did a great job, but those two songs I really did not care for, and I was also very disappointed in the performance with James Earl Jones and I can't pronounce his name, the guy who played Scar. I'm so sorry. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Did you see The Lion King yet? Do you agree with my opinion? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, what should I review next? Anyway, until next time, I'm Ray C, and this is Director's Vision.